Hi, and welcome to the companion video of the learning module, Installing and Configuring Computer Systems. I'm your trainer, Chris Esteron, and today we're going to tackle Learning Outcome 2, Prepare Installer. Creating a portable bootable device. Learning objectives. After watching this video, you must be able to identify what an OS image is, describe what bootable device or images are, and discuss why CDs and DVDs fell out of fashion when it comes to creating bootable devices. Before we can install an operating system on our computer, we need to prepare first a portable bootable device that contains an OS image. What are operating system images? OS image refers to a perfect untouched copy of an operating system, usually sourced from a disk, thereby perfectly replicating the image of what the original burned track was in the original master disk. This perfect image copy was particularly important, especially in the old days when computers only booted from the first sector of a storage device. Nowadays, in the UEFI era, booting from the first sector isn't necessary anymore, but most operating systems are still usually distributed as disk images out of old habit. So when we say an OS image, it just means a perfect copy of that OS. A bootable device, image, etc. is something that the computer can read and execute once you turn it on. Usually, it's an operating system. In this video, we are going to learn how to make a bootable device out of a simple USB flash drive. We are choosing to go for a USB flash drive because of its portability, because it is small and easy to carry, and its reusability. We can erase its contents if we need to install a new bootable image. Bootable image file types. Bootable image files come in various shapes and sizes. The most common type is the ISO format, easily distinguishable because their file name ends with .iso, and their icon is that of a DVD. The other common type, at least for Apple users, is the DMG format. You will usually encounter this when you download any macOS version. Preparing our customized installer. Open Google and search for Rufus. Pick the result which says rufus.ie. Scrolling down, you will see the download section. Click the latest version to download Rufus. Place Rufus to any convenient location you want, example your desktop, and double-click to open it. The UAC dialog will pop up. Just click Yes. This is what Rufus looks like on fresh launch. Now all we need is a bootable image to load into Rufus. Acquiring a bootable image. Go to Google and search for Windows Media Creation Tool. Click on the result that says Download Windows Disk Image. Scroll down to the section that says Create Windows 10 Installation Media and click the Download button. Save it anywhere you want, and once the download is finished, double-click to open it. The UAC dialog will pop up. Just click Yes. Wait for the loading to finish, then accept the license terms and agreement. Another long loading time will commence. Wait for it and select Create Installation Media from the options, then click Next. Uncheck Use the recommended options for this PC, as this will allow us to customize the installer if we need to use it for another computer with different specs. Generally, we would use the 64-bit architecture of Windows 10 in English for most installations, so we can leave the options as is, and click Next. Select ISO file, then click Next. It will ask you where to save the file. Place it anywhere you like. Click Save and the Windows 10 disk image will begin downloading. Depending on your internet connection speed, it might take a few minutes or several hours to download. For reference, most Filipinos have a 10 megabits per second internet speed, and that would take around 1 hour and 30 minutes to download. Once the download is complete, click Finish and wait for the Windows Media Creation Tool to finish cleaning up, and it will automatically close itself. Installation of portable applications. Before we can start, you need a USB flash drive to put our OS to. Any flash drive will do, as long as its size fits the size of the OS image you've downloaded. To be on the safe side, most OS images these days will fit on an 8 GB USB flash drive. Warning: the process of creating a USB portable boot device involves formatting the flash drive. That means that all the files that are in there will be wiped out, so make sure that you don't have anything important saved in there, and back it up first to another device before proceeding. Installation of portable bootable application. Plug in your USB flash drive to your PC or laptop. Make sure your hands are not wet. Open Rufus, if it isn't already open, and you'll notice right away that our inserted USB has been recognized. It's Erica's USB in our example. To check if this is right, you can open Windows Explorer to check it's really the right USB that Rufus selected by checking if it's the same name. As you can see, it has the same name, Erica's USB. Next, we need to load our disk image to Rufus by clicking the Select button and navigate to where we downloaded our Windows ISO and click Open. Once you've loaded the Windows ISO, Rufus will automatically detect the best settings to create your portable bootable installer. These defaults are fine and you don't have to change anything. From this point on, you can just click Start. A warning will pop up that tells you that it will erase everything on your USB. And once you click OK, Rufus will format and burn the Windows ISO image to your flash drive so that it can be used in the next unit module. A few exceptions. For the most part, those were all the steps needed in order to make a portable OS installer, especially if you're installing on most modern computers or laptops. But for some older systems that are still using BIOS and not UEFI, you need to change one option before clicking Start. Otherwise, it won't boot from our USB. Under the partition scheme, click the drop-down menu and select MBR. MBR stands for Master Boot Record. It is the old way of formatting for making something bootable for older computers. Note, only use MBR partition scheme for old computers or laptops that can't boot from regular GPT, the default of Rufus. Otherwise, you'll be losing the advantages of installing an operating system using UEFI. And that's it for Learning Outcome 2, Preparing Installer. In the next video, we are going to use the bootable device that we prepared to install an operating system on Learning Outcome 3, Install operating system and drivers for peripherals or devices.